YouTube, it's your boy Bigger, so coming at you with another reaction. Today is gonna be Mount Hatemore. Like a tier list of haters in cartoon media, cartoon anime media from JP Talk Too Much. He's new. I saw one video from him. Shoot, I thought it was funny, so I'm sharing it on here. So, by all means, let's go ahead and get into it.
Remember when you were making out with your first girlfriend, and you came right as she touched your leg? It was me, Barry. I jerked you off at super speed so it'd seem like you nutted at just a woman's touch.
This is messed up, bro.
No matter where you look, whether it's the real world, movies, cartoons, or anime, there is a common occurrence that you will always find. Hating ass niggas. In all mediums you look, it's always gonna be somebody hating for no fucking reason. And today, we're gonna talk about some of them haters on the Mount Rushmore of haters that I've created over here. Since Mount Rushmore only has 4 faces, I could only put 4 people on here. But I can promise you, there are way more haters that I could be talking about. I might make a part 2 if this video gets like 10 likes. I'll think about making a part 2. But the first person we're gonna be talking about in this Mount Rushmore of haters is Colonel H. Stinkmeaner. Now, Stinkmeaner was just born to be a hater for no fucking reason.
Look at a little raggedy ass kid right here. Look at that. Got a 40-year-old wrinkles on his fucking face. Look at that. Look at him. He already been a hater. Goddamn emoji on his damn forehead.
He hated everything. Rainbows, beautiful sights, other people. He doesn't care. He hates it all. And at a young age, bro, so they told him he was gonna go blind. And he was happy, because he didn't have to see the doctor's ugly mug anymore. And from then on, he just decided to spread hate since they said he only had like a year left to live. This nigga took the word hatred, right, and decided to make it his personal mantra, his ninja way. And even with all this hating, right, on some odd miracle, this nigga lived to be an old man. I don't know how. But before I continue, right, there's something I must address with Stinkmeaner. Who the fuck gave this nigga a license? This man is blind and is an old man. How is he still? I don't even think he actually have a license. He's just driving. That's
Bro, he has so much hate in his heart that he can avoid the cops, which is crazy.
my personal theory. He goes on the road and drives like a fucking maniac, because I mean, he can't see where he's going. But somehow he knows exactly where his disabled parking spot is. I want to find the person at the DMV who gave this nigga a license and kick them in their shin, because how? How do you let a blind man drive? That shit makes no sense to me. But after Stinkmeaner dies, right? He goes to, you guessed it, hell. And this nigga's such a hating ass dude, right?
Yep.
He said hell ain't shit and called the devil a bitch ass nigga. I will never understand how somebody can have this much hatred in their heart. So yeah, Stinkmeaner definitely deserves his spot on the Mount Rushmore of haters. The next person we're gonna talk about is the Reverse Flash, aka Eobard Thawne.
I feel like you didn't do him too much justice on Stinkmeaner, in my opinion. If you want to see more info on Stinkmeaner, you either can watch the Moondocks or you watch CJ Champ. You know, nah, there's a whole lot more. This rabbit hole is damn near long and deep. Pause.
Now, Thawne wasn't always a hater. He used to be Barry's biggest fan in the future. He loved the Flash, and he wanted to study the speed force that the Flash used. But they didn't want his ass doing that, because that's dangerous and probably illegal. Now, this man hated his younger brother, who unfortunately became a cop as they grew older, right? And while Thawne was, studying the speed force, which he was not supposed to be doing, he got caught by his brother. And what does he do? He goes back in time, kills his brother, right? And celebrates being an only child. Now that we've established the insanity that this man is running with, right? We get to Barry. Eobard Thawne basically obsessed over the Flash so much, right? He was like, hey, yo, why don't I become the Flash? And that's exactly what he did. After being the Flash for a little while, he was like, you know what? Why don't I want to be the only Flash. So he goes back in time and tries to kill Barry, right? But then he realizes, hey, wait a minute. If I kill Barry, the Speed Force doesn't exist. That means I won't exist. Now, any normal person would have gave up here and was like, you know what?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, fuck Barry, bro. Shoot, I can't go back in time to change shit at that point. I'd be like, okay. I'm gonna start slurring this nigga on Instagram, or like, what is it called? Instagram 2035 or some shit, or 2035. where the hell their social media start slandering his ass. It's just like this bill of following people who just do not like this dude. I ain't going back in time and just fucking shit up at that point because like I'm clumsy and I'm like make sure I won't exist.
Whatever, let me just continue being the Flash in the future. But nah, this nigga was like, since I can't be the only Flash, I'm just gonna torture this nigga for the rest of his life. So he goes back in time, right? And kills Barry's mom, which drove Barry to actually becoming the Flash.
I wouldn't even thought about that. So
basically, this nigga inserted himself in Barry's timeline. If Barry kills him, nobody goes back in time to kill his mom. Therefore, the Flash doesn't exist. And if the Flash goes back in time to stop his mom from dying, it creates a different timeline where everybody's dead, which is basically Flash. And he didn't even stop there, right? Since this man made it his life mission to just hate on the Flash, right? He goes to this nigga, he goes back.
He got nothing better to do, man. Like, you got nothing better to do. Nothing at all. You got nothing to do. Nothing. I mean, I'm just saying this. I'm like, you gotta be some kind of gay undertones in this because he's putting too much into this one person that doesn't reciprocate back. Right? This is weird. It's very stalkerish.
Time and just does petty shit to Barry as a kid for no reason. Just because he can't kill him, he doesn't mean he's not gonna make his life a living hell. Barry's walking down the stairs, he pushes that nigga down the stairs. He sees Barry happy making a new friend, he kills that friend. This man is insane on a He's Barry happy making a new friend, he kills that friend.
He killed his black friend, he couldn't kill his second friend, who's probably white. You know, fuck these niggas. No, Barry's a nigga lover. Gotta get rid of him too.
This man is insane on a completely different level. For no reason, just because he couldn't
let him have his one and only black friend. That's crazy.
Be the only Flash. So yeah, this nigga's insane. Now the next person we're gonna be talking about goes by one name. D.I.O. Now Dio was unfortunately born poor and basically got his hating ass ways from his dad. Since he was young, he's been, doing shady shit for money. Now Dio was a smart kid, so he played chess for money and occasionally got his ass beat, but he hated nothing more than his dad. And when that nigga was finally about to die, he told Dio, hey bro, look, the Joestars owe me a fucking debt, bro. Take this note to them and go rob them for everything they got. And from that alone, you see where Dio got his ways from. And henceforward, the menace known as Dio.
Oh yeah, this nigga right here, he's a hater, bonfire hater. This guy right here, he is ugly just as his heart, and that passed down. That shit is genetic. It passed down to Dio. Not only Dio's in a shitty situation, but he also has a shitty upbringing too. Like he's born shitty, and his personality is just straight shitty. Regardless, like he was shitty down to the core regardless because of this guy.
Dio was born. Dio shows up to the Joestar family mansion.
Damn! Did y'all see how far she jumped off the porch?
This nigga think he's the main character.
If you don't jump your ass into an Olympic arena, bitch, you do great!
And the first thing he does is kick the fuck out of their dog and immediately squared up with Jonathan. Like, bro, this nigga is on some other level of hate. But before they got to scrapping, Joseph came out and stopped them from fighting. Later on, Jonathan wanted to help this man, carry his bag, so he goes to grab it. But Dio stops him and grabs his hands. It was like, hey nigga, don't touch my shit, bro, with your dirty ass hands. And elbows this man in his chest. Had his ass wincing on the floor. This man is something else, bro. This nigga is a true menace. He showed up at the Joestar family and decided he's gonna hate on these niggas for their entire life. Now, a lot of bullshit happened, but later on, Jonathan gets him a little girlfriend named Eddie and is being very happy. Now, Dio saw this and was like, whoa. Nigga, we can't be having you being happy now. Finds Eddie now, right? And steals her first kiss. And we get the most famous line in anime.
You thought your first kiss would be JoJo, but it was I, Dio.
If you watch this, so basically the time setting is like old ass Britain type shit. So yeah, the first kiss is very important and stuff like that. It's very important. Also that's JoJo. I don't think he said that. That's from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and stuff.
This nigga is the pinnacle of being a menace. Now from then on, a bunch of other bullshit happens, and now Dio's a vampire. And after being defeated by Jonathan, he made it his life's mission.
Man, these Cliff Notes ain't doing it justice, man.
However long he lives, to get rid of the Joestar family. And generations after generations, this nigga just hated on them. From Joseph to Jotaro and all their family line, he's just gonna be there hating. Now, I could go on about all the other stuff that Dio did, but being the one who edits these videos, I don't want to make them too long, so we're not gonna do that. Now, the last person...
Dog. He was so much a hater. He already said, but I have to re-say it again. I got to re-say it again. He was so much a hater. He went out and he fought his grandkid. No, he fought his great-grandkid. His great-great-grandkid, bro. This nigga fought 2 generations of the Jonathan's family, bro. JoJo's family, dog. 2 different generations. Bro, I can't tell you how he did it, but it's so juicy. You have to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You have to watch. You have to go through it to appreciate how much of a hater he was. Bro, I was 17 when this nigga just hating. He did so much egregious, grimy ass shit. You just have to be there. You just have to watch it, bro. Oh my gosh, you just have to watch it. It was crazy.
On this Mount Rushmore of haters.
This nigga was a trendsetter of hating in anime.
Somebody near and dear to my heart. Because Spider-Man is my favorite hero. And this nigga made it his life mission and life's work to hate on Spider-Man. It's none other than J. Jonah Jameson, or JJJ for short. The moment I thought of haters in fiction, JJJ is the first person that came to my mind. This man has spent his entire career just hating on Spider-Man for no fucking reason. He finds a way to spin every good thing Spider-Man has done into him being a menace. For no reason, this man just decided he's going to hate on Spider-Man. I remember playing Spider-Man PS4 and Miles Morales, and every time this man comes on, I would sigh and wonder.
And he has the audacity to wear his outfit. He has the audacity to wear his outfit. He talks. How many of you? There are 3 movies in this universe of Spider-Man. This dude was talking shit since day 1. And you have the audacity to wear the costume. That's crazy. You have the audacity. Like, are you serious, bro? Hold on, my bad.
I would sigh and wonder what the hell he's gonna scream about next. This man just never shuts up about Spider-Man being a fucking menace. Even when the Danny cast in the game, right, proved him wrong, he cuts off the line and runs away. It continues to scream about how this nigga's a menace. You can literally show this man proof that Spider-Man did something good and he won't care. And continue to scream to the world how much of a menace Peter is. To be honest, bro, you gotta admire his dedication to his craft. Because I can't imagine how much energy it takes to just sit there and hate on one nigga. And since he has a podcast, bro, he probably gets paid for hating on Spider-Man. So yeah, J. Jonah Jameson definitely deserves his place on the Mount Rushmore of hating ass nigga. Anywho, subscribble if you don't want to be a hating ass nigga.
Oh shit, you got Squidward on here. Man, you got to put Squidward on that next one or something.